Hello, everyone. Actually, we are so excited to start this new journey with you today.
Hello. We created this series because we believe that learning English should feel as relaxing as a holiday itself.
Exactly. In this topic about holidays, we are going to share real experiences, simple stories, and many useful words for your daily conversations.
To tell you the truth, you won't just learn grammar, you will learn how to express your feelings naturally, just like a native speaker.
In all honesty, we want you to feel comfortable, so please relax, listen carefully, and enjoy learning with us.
Frankly, we can't wait to get started. Are you ready?
Let's begin our holiday conversation now. Hello, everyone. Actually, I'm so thrilled to be sharing this peaceful moment with you all today.
Hello, Anna. Just sitting here and starting this conversation makes me feel instantly more relaxed.
I totally get that. To be honest, sometimes just talking about a holiday feels like a mini vacation itself.
That's a great point. I believe our minds really need these gentle moments to rest from the daily hustle.
Speaking of rest, James, what's the very first thing you feel when you hear the word holiday?
Oh, absolutely. To be honest, I will never forget the first time I saw the ocean. It felt like the world was suddenly infinite.
That sounds amazing. Actually, I had a similar feeling when I first hiked up a mountain and looked down at the clouds.
Wow, I can imagine that. Those kinds of moments really make you realize how beautiful our planet is.
Exactly. In fact, I think we often forget that beauty when we are stuck in our daily office routines.
By the way, did you ever have a holiday where things didn't go as planned, like a travel disaster?
Oh, you have no idea. Actually, I once missed my train in a country where I didn't speak a word of the language.
No way. I'm curious, how did you manage to get home?
Well, to be honest, a very kind local person helped me find a bus. It taught me that kindness is a universal language.
That's such a powerful lesson. Exactly. Sometimes the best parts of a trip are the unexpected challenges we face.
I couldn't agree more. Come to think of it, the perfect holidays are often the ones we forget, but the messy ones stay with us forever.
That is so true. Actually, it's those stories that we end up telling our friends for years afterwards.
Speaking of stories, do you like taking a lot of photos on holiday, or do you prefer to just live in the moment?
Well, if I'm being honest, I try to find a balance. I take a few photos, but then I put my camera away to really see the place.
I see what you mean. It's easy to get so busy taking pictures that we forget to actually enjoy being there.
Exactly. In fact, my favorite photos are the ones I've kept in my memory rather than on my phone.
That's a lovely way to think about it. By the way, what's the most delicious thing you've ever eaten while traveling?
Oh, that's easy. Actually, it was a simple bowl of noodles at a street market at midnight. It tasted like heaven.
I love that. To be fair, street food always seems to taste better than fancy restaurant food when you're on holiday.
I'm with you 100% on that one. It's all about the atmosphere and the people around you.
Speaking of beautiful places, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would your dream destination be?
To tell you the truth, I have always dreamed of visiting the Swiss Alps to see the snow-covered mountains.
Oh, that sounds magical. Actually, I have heard the air there is the purest in the entire world.
Exactly. I can almost imagine myself sitting by a warm fireplace with a cup of hot chocolate.
I'm curious, are you more of a mountain person or do you prefer tropical islands with white sand?
Well, I love the mountains, but sometimes the idea of a quiet beach in Bali sounds absolutely perfect too.
I see what you mean. Actually, it's so hard to choose when the world has so many incredible places to explore.
That's a great point. Come to think of it, the destination doesn't matter as much as the peace of mind we find there.
I couldn't agree more. By the way, do you think you will ever make that dream trip to Switzerland a reality?
Actually, I'm saving up for it right now. I believe we all need a dream to keep us motivated during work.
That's the spirit. In fact, just planning a trip can make us feel 10% happier in our daily lives.
I believe you. Just talking about it now is making me feel more energized.
Warming, speaking of energy, would you go there alone or would you want to share that experience with someone?
To be fair, I think I'd want a close friend or family member with me to share the wow moments.
I hear you. Some views are so beautiful, they almost feel heavy if you see them all by yourself.
That is so true. Sharing a sunset is always better than watching it alone.
Actually, I have been dreaming of seeing the northern lights in Iceland. Imagine the colors in the sky.
Wow, that's a bucket list item for sure. By the way, I've heard you have to be very patient to see them.
Exactly, but I think the wait would make the moment even more special when it finally happens.
Absolutely. Great things always take a bit of time and patience.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something we all have to do, packing. Are you a heavy packer or a minimalist?
Oh, honestly, I always try to pack light, but I usually end up bringing way too many things just in case.
I'm the exact same way. Actually, I always pack an extra pair of shoes that I never end up wearing.
In fact, the secret to happy travel is often just a small carry-on bag and a comfortable pair of sneakers.
I have been wondering, what is the one thing you absolutely cannot travel without?
Well, besides my passport, it has to be my noise-canceling headphones. They are a lifesaver on planes.
That's a brilliant tip. Actually, being able to block out the noise helps me stay calm in crowded airports.
By the way, I also always bring a physical book. There's something special about reading while waiting for a flight.
I see what you mean. It's much more relaxing than staring at a phone screen all day.
Speaking of tips, I've found that rolling my clothes instead of folding them saves so much space.
Oh, I have heard of that. Does it actually keep the clothes from getting wrinkled?
Actually, yes, it's a total game changer for small suitcases.
That's good to know. To be honest, I usually just throw everything in at the last minute and hope for the best.
Well, that's one way to do it, but it can be a bit stressful when you're looking for your socks the next morning.
You are absolutely right. In fact, being organized can actually help us relax more during the trip.
Exactly. When you know where everything is, your mind doesn't have to worry about the small details.
By the way, do you prefer to bring snacks from home or buy whatever you find at the airport?
Actually, airport food is so expensive. I always try to bring a few granola bars or some fruit.
That's very smart. To be fair, it's also much healthier than most of the fast food you find while traveling.
I couldn't agree more. A little preparation goes a long way.
Speaking of preparation, let's talk about weather. Do you prefer traveling in the heat of summer or the chill of winter?
Well, to be honest, I think I'm a shoulder season person. I love spring and autumn when it's not too hot or too cold.
I see what you mean. Actually, the colors of the leaves in autumn make everything look like a painting.
Exactly. And in fact, it's usually much less crowded during those times compared to the middle of summer.
I'm curious though, have you ever been caught in a really bad storm while you were on holiday?
Oh, definitely. Actually, I once got stuck in a tropical rainstorm that lasted for 3 days straight.
Wow, what did you do for those 3 days if you couldn't go outside?
Well, come to think of it, it was actually quite nice. I just stayed in, drank tea, and watched the rain from the window.
That sounds very peaceful. To be honest, sometimes the weather forces us to slow down when we don't want to.
That's a great point. We always plan to be busy, but nature sometimes has a different plan for us.
Exactly. By the way, do you like the snow? Some people find it romantic, while others just think it's messy.
Honestly, I think it's beautiful for the first hour, but after that, I just want to be somewhere warm.
I feel the exact same way. Actually, my favorite kind of weather is a sunny day with a very cool breeze.
Oh, that's the perfect holiday weather. It's perfect for walking around a new city without getting tired.
I've noticed that the weather really affects our mood. A sunny sky just makes everything feel more positive.
Absolutely. In fact, that's why so many people travel south during the winter months.
Speaking of which, would you ever want to live in a place that is sunny all year round?
To be fair, I think I would miss the change of seasons. There's something special about waiting for spring to arrive.
I see what you mean. The contrast makes us appreciate the warm days even more.
Exactly. Every season has its own unique magic if we take the time to notice.
Actually, here is a big question. Do you think it's better to travel alone or with a group of friends?
Well, that's a tough one. Traveling alone gives you total freedom, but it can be a bit lonely sometimes.
I hear you. To be honest, when I travel alone, I love that I can change my plans at any moment without asking anyone.
Exactly. In fact, you don't have to argue about where to eat or what time to wake up.
That's so true. But on the other hand, sharing a meal with friends in a foreign country is such a joy.
I couldn't agree more. Actually, some of my best memories are just laughing with friends late at night in a hotel room.
I'm curious, do you find it easy to meet new people when you travel by yourself?
Well, if I'm being honest, it was hard at first, but I realized that people are generally very friendly if you just say hello.
That's a great point. Actually, traveling solo often forces you to be more social than traveling in a group.
Exactly. You become more open to the world around you when you don't have a comfort zone of friends.
By the way, what's the biggest challenge of group travel in your opinion?
Honestly, I think it's trying to keep everyone happy. Everyone has a different pace and different interests.
I see what you mean. To be fair, it requires a lot of patience and compromise to make a group trip work.
Exactly. But in fact, those compromises often lead to seeing things you never would have chosen yourself.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. It's an opportunity to grow and learn from others.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's the relationships that make the trip memorable.
Speaking of learning, how much do you try to learn about a local culture before you visit a new country?
Actually, I try to learn at least a few basic phrases like thank you and please. It makes a huge difference.
That's so true. In fact, local people really appreciate it when you show respect for their language.
Exactly. Even if you make a mistake, they usually smile and try to help you.
I've been wondering, what is the most surprising cultural tradition you've ever experienced?
Well, I once visited a village where they celebrated the harvest with dancing for 12 hours straight.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Actually, it's moments like those that remind us how diverse and beautiful the human family is.
That's a great point. Holidays aren't just about resting, they're about opening our hearts to new ways of living.
I couldn't agree more. It makes us more empathetic and understanding when we return home.
Exactly. We come back as slightly different people than when we left.
Well, everyone, we hope this conversation about holidays has given you some peace and some new English words to use.
Absolutely. To be honest, it's been a joy sharing these stories and thoughts with all of you today.
Actually, I feel so refreshed just from talking about it. How about you, James?
I feel the exact same way. In fact, I'm already starting to think about my next little break.
That's wonderful. Remember, you don't need a lot of money to have a holiday. Sometimes you just need a quiet moment.
Well said. Thank you for listening, and we hope you practice these phrases in your next conversation.
Until next time, keep learning, keep resting, and keep being curious about the world.
Goodbye for now, and have a beautiful, relaxing day, everyone.
Take care and see you in our next video.
Stay inspired. Bye-bye.